Calaroga Shark Media.
From Charlotte, where we had the under, this is Ballot.
That's right. Sounds like ballroom construction isn't the only thing that's corrupt. Let's hit this. I'm Patrick Gutfield, and turns out the NBA's new game plan involves less basketball and more insider betting. Who knew prop bet didn't stand for properly playing? The FBI just dropped a bombshell investigation called Nothing But Bet, which sounds like a terrible gambling pun and a serious criminal indictment. They've charged 6 people, including NBA players, for essentially turning professional sports into their personal betting playground. Terry Rozier, a Charlotte Hornets player, apparently told associates he'd prematurely remove himself from a game. Translation: I'm gonna tank my own performance for some quick cash. Talk about team spirit. And it's not just basketball. We've got NFL players getting suspended, baseball pitchers under investigation. It's like a full court press of corruption. The most ironic part? Sports leagues are now so in bed with gambling companies that stadiums literally have sports books inside them. It's like putting a liquor store inside an AA meeting. Remember when gambling was the big taboo in sports? Now it's more integrated than halftime entertainment. Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle used to get banned just for being near a casino. Now, players are basically running their own casino inside the game. One expert put it perfectly. Sports can survive anything. Performance-enhancing drugs, labor fights, even ridiculously priced stadium hot dogs. But what they can't survive is fans not believing the game is real. So congratulations, professional sports. You've turned the integrity of the game into just another betting line. Breaking news from the trade wars: Trump just canceled all trade negotiations with Canada over a Ronald Reagan ad. Because nothing says diplomatic relations like throwing a global tantrum over vintage presidential footage. Ontario's Premier Doug Ford, who calls himself a big Ronald Reagan fan, spent $75 million on an ad featuring Reagan criticizing tariffs. Trump's response? Total nuclear option. He just terminated all trade talks faster than he demolishes White House wings. Reagan's actual quote? When someone says, let's impose tariffs on foreign imports, it looks like they're doing the patriotic thing. Then he basically says, psych, just kidding. These actually hurt American workers. Trump's reaction on Truth Social was about as measured as you'd expect. He claimed Canada was trying to fraudulently influence the Supreme Court. Because when I think international diplomacy, I think dramatic all-caps social media posts. The Ronald Reagan Foundation even said the ad misrepresents Reagan's original speech. They're basically the fact-checkers of presidential zombie quotes. So, congratulations, Canada! You just got into a political wrestling match with a guy who takes presidential disagreements about as seriously as a reality show elimination. Donald Trump decided the White House wasn't Trump enough. He's demolishing the entire East Wing to build a ballroom so massive it could host a reunion of his legal teams. The project's going to cost $300 million because nothing says fiscally responsible like knocking down historic architecture to throw the world's most expensive dance party. And get this, he's claiming private donors are footing the bill. Apple, Amazon, Google. Basically, a tech company potluck is funding your taxpayer-funded renovation. The press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, is defending this by saying the president wants to do right by the people's house. Yeah, because when I think people, I think 90,000 square foot ballroom. Polls show 53% of Americans are against this demolition. The other 47% are probably waiting to see if they can book the space for their company's holiday party. Trump's even claiming he'll personally donate millions to cover any shortfall. Which, coming from a guy who's been fighting legal battles left and right, sounds about as reliable as a used car warranty. The best part? They're shipping the debris to a public golf course. Because nothing says presidential dignity like turning historic building materials into landscaping fill. And here's a fun twist. This ballroom will be connected by a glass bridge. So now you can watch the destruction of American architectural history while walking between rooms. Talk about transparency. Portions of today's show were made with the help of AI and the Knicks -2.5.